G'day guys, my name's Josh, you can call me JAWOODLE, and welcome to 7 Days to Die, and welcome to the first episode of the Hardcore Specialist series. A series where I'm going to be going and having like a proper look, a proper deep dive into each of the skill trees, each of the classes, the specializations that's built into 7 Days, and making more of like a guide, like a getting started educational kind of series about how to play each of the classes. The idea is going to be that I'll only spend my skill points in each respective class and play through to the first Blood Moon Horde as kind of like an instructional kind of thing to show people what to do, like what's good about it, what's bad about it, how to kind of benefit from my experience in this game, and try, you know, make it a bit easier to come up against the zombie horde and not get ruined straight away. Now, I am a Muppet. We all know this, so this is probably going to end up being something like a do as I say and not as I do when I inevitably make a really bad decision and get myself ruined. But until then, I'll try and do my best to kind of just like convey some of the tips and tricks that I have across the journey so that you guys can benefit from that too. So this series, this first one is going to be all about perceptions. The first skill, it's the first skill that I'm going to do, which is going to be interesting because I don't particularly play perception very often in my own time, so it's a little bit unfamiliar, but it should be pretty okay as we get into it. But first things first, as always, have to do the starting quest and get ourselves some skill points to play with. The starting 5 minutes of any 7 Days game is always the same. You're just going to do the quest that you get given to get like the 4 skill points that you start with, so nothing too out of the box there so far, but always I'm looking for, there you go, little stones on the ground. That's always kind of like my major hang up. Every time I start a new series, I struggle to find the pebbles on the deck to make myself the first stone axe, the first tool I can make, so always on the lookout for those to start with. I now have you. I can put you down just anywhere will do. Not really planning on respawning, but I'd rather spawn back here if things do go wrong than somewhere on the other side of the planet. Oh, there's some goop down there. I'll go down and grab that. Still looking for another pebble though. I need one more if I can find that. Oh, there's one there. Then we're on our way. I am going to grab this goop as well because even though knives aren't a part of the perceptions tree, some weapons are pretty good without any specialization into them. So even though knives are an agility, I am going to make myself a knife both for harvesting and potentially causing bleeding damage down the track. But I do want to make myself a stone spear pretty early on. Spears are good in their own particular circumstances. I haven't ever played a full playthrough with just a spear before, so that's going to be interesting. But I think that should be pretty right. I have gone away and like done some testing to make sure I understand the basics of the spear combat, because the worst thing you want to do is use a weapon you don't know how to use against the zombies. So I should have a pretty good chance of fending off anything that comes for me with the spear's capabilities. I'll make you and bang you on. I need 2 more bones to make a knife. There's more goop up there, I'll go grab some of that. We've now done our opening quests. It's the same for everything, so it doesn't really matter too much. I have my axe, I have my bow knife now, and I have my bow and arrow. Like, those are going to be important regardless of what you're playing as, so having some sort of ranged weapon to go with to begin with is always a good idea. But I want to make, real quick, I need some more stones actually, but before I do, I have my skill points available now. I still need to go and see the trader, but I can do that in a second. So I'm actually pretty limited in perception. Normally I would be going like my first points into Sex T-Rex or minus 69 or any number of different ones through here, but I can't do those for this. So instead I have to limit myself to this. And there's really not much that jumps out at me as being important for the first day. First day is all about survival. If you die on the first day, then you're bananaed anyway. So you may as well focus on having a pretty good offense and potentially defense before you worry about the rest of the stuff. There's no like health or armor stuff in here, so instead I'm going to spend a point on Javelin Master, as you would make craft quality 2 spears. That's the words I was looking for. I'll grab you. I will grab Lucky Looter. Always need Lucky Looter. It's one of the best perks in the game, especially if you're a loot fiend like I am. But that's when it starts to get difficult after that. I'm not sure what the next thing to go with is. I think I might even just put it into the bog stock standard normal skill tree, because that's going to give me, what, 15% chance to dismember with rifles, explosives, and spears. So that's going to be good. Decapitation clearly is a good thing, insta-killing zombies. But it also means the next skill points I get can either go tier 2 javelins or tier 2 lucky looter. I can start worrying about more of these passive abilities or rifle abilities when I need them later on. But for now, I need some stones, I need some spears, and I need to make sure I'm protected. Offense is always the best defense. I'm gonna make to start with. In fact, I might even go. I'll make 3 spears because you can't stack spears. Annoyingly, I have to take a slot each. While I'm waiting for the craft, I'll get rid of my land claim block, make one of those later if I need. That page is just worthless. It doesn't actually tell you anything, nor does it give you anything, so get rid of that. Don't need seeds. I don't need extra bones right now. I don't need nitrate, nor do I need rotten flesh. I need to keep you safe and you safe for the moment. We're gonna lock our inventory slots to 3. Let's put you, don't need the torch either. Put you guys down like that. In fact, let's swap that. Let's go like there. There we go. There we go. So, I now have spears in like a quick slot. You know, I can grab them quickly if I need them. I can throw them, I can stab them, I can do whatever I want to do with them. But more importantly, I have a backup spear in case everything goes wrong. If I accidentally throw my first 2 and I go flying off a cliff, I never get them back again. At least I have that third as like a backup for the next zombie that comes for me. I should also mention, this is a completely default vanilla world. There's no special POIs. It is just bog stock standard 7 days as, you know, vanilla as you can possibly get, aside from, you know, having JAWOODLE Purple Dye and some of the more, like, aesthetic mods in them. But gameplay-wise, it is just straight vanilla. So this should work for anything you want to do. And after, like, I figure, like, if I can kind of teach you guys how to play through the first week in a class, you can go on forever. All the principles remain the same. You just kind of scale it up with the worse and worse zombies you get until eventually you have, you know, steel spears and ridiculously great Dragunov sniper rifles. But that's down the track. If you get through the first week, that's the hardest part. There's an Arlene just there who's now caught on to me. That's alright though. What I want to do, let's grab my frame. So I went and did some experimentation. I figured out that the spears have a 5 block range stab. Like you can reach 5, I said that really weirdly. You can reach 5 blocks with the spear. So it's got the longest reach of any of the melee weapons in the game. Well, then Arlene come out of the shrubbery over here, so I'm gonna stab her in the face. So you kind of gotta get used to how far you can reach with it. So like, you can reach well before, oh, cop that Arls, that's where the cheeky did. That you can reach the zombie well before their go-go gadget extended arms will ever reach you. That's kind of that's the bonus of going with the spear. It does less damage than the sledgehammer, but has longer reach. So you can reach out far, far further and stagger them before they even touch you. So that's what I'm gonna be relying on a lot. Just kind of getting used to the range of it so I can at a glance know when to attack and when to run. Always gonna be backpedaling and running away, which sounds not anticlimactic. I don't know, it doesn't look like what you should be doing, but that's the way you're gonna play with spears, you know? You gotta keep your distance and stab from range. I think anti-intuitive was the word I was looking for, but whatever, that's right. Trader Joel, how are you doing? I have no money, so don't worry about giving me any options to buy things. I would just like a nice, easy job to start my day with. You know, I'm a brand new survivor. I'm still naked, for goodness sake. I'm wearing some Hessian reeds. Give me something easy if you don't mind. That is the closest one. Buried supplies. Cheers, big ears. I'll see you in a little bit. But I think what I want to do before I go... There's another Jeffrey down there. Before I go raiding all the way out and start doing jobs, I just want to see what's going on in my town and see if there's somewhere I can bunker down with. There's a cemetery, there's a Bob's Boar, so lots of bacon to be taken out of there, which is good. But I can't live somewhere like there just yet. I do want to find a smaller house. That was a bloody good shot. That was an absolute peach of a pill. I was not expecting to hit that Jeff at all, but now we have some delicious chicken to go with everything else. Use our knife to harvest some of that. Normally I try and go with the bow for like hunting livestock because it's just easier to sneak up on them. But that, apparently this yeeting a sharp stick at things apparently works too. That went pretty well for me. So yeah, I'll investigate I'm gonna investigate the town a little bit and see what's going on. Hopefully there's somewhere I can shack up in that looks relatively safe. In fact, real quick, let's go like that. But do you want to come over here just for a second? That's 5 blocks along. I'll explain what I was talking about. So it's 5 block range. If I'm standing on this block and he gets to the furthest one, he stumbled forward a little bit. That's how far you can reach with a spear. Did I mention as well, I do have double XP going on this world as well, just to like get extra skill points in that first week so I can put skill points in places rather than just the relatively slow XP grind you normally get. So just to increase the speed at which we get through the game, I've gone double XP. But that's how far you can reach. You can stand here and reach someone standing there. That is the maximum distance. They will stumble forward, so you'll kind of have to learn that. But That's how far you're looking to reach. That's the effective range of the spear, so take advantage of it. I kind of want to go and maybe live in that red house just there. It looks like it's got a nice attic up there for me to go cower down in. The further away from the ground I am, the better it's going to be. But this guy here is coming over for a cheeky dance, and I might even try. So you do have, as I murdered with the chicken, you do have the ability to throw the spears, which is great. Does have a fair bit of knockdown damage, but you lose your spear. So you have to run up after them and pick the spear back up unless you have a second one. You do have the option as well to pick it up almost instantaneously. As soon as you throw the spear, you can pick it back up immediately. So you don't have to power it up all the way. If a zombie's close, you can just like tap right click and it will just kind of drop it in front of you. But if a zombie's there, the game doesn't differentiate between like your power for knockdown distance. So if I go and pick a fight with old mate ScoMo over here, get right up and close to him, juke him a bit and just drop it at his feet, make it a bit harder next time. There you go. Shove it in your neck. I'll wait for my stamina to come back because it drains you like no tomorrow to throw sticks around. Just like that. Pick it back up again and wait for your stamina to stab him in the face. But you can like knock him down with that. It's not really a great idea, I don't think. It does more damage, but it's riskier. Especially early days, you probably want to keep your spear nice and close to you so you don't do anything dumb like I probably will. I'm just walking around the exterior looking for any extra birds' nests that are around. If I'm going to be raiding a POI, I'm still going to want to use the bow. You do get stealth damage for throwing spears or stabbing people with spears. It's just not nearly as much as the bow. So until I'm more heavily spec'd into spears, I'm still going to rely on archery to kill sleeping zombies. There's some more birds nests around, but I have 9 arrows, not really that much at all, but we will make do. That'll be okay. I do have 2 cloth fragments from breaking that bird's nest, so I'll make a regular bandage. I don't want to use my first aid bandage right off the bat because it's my only source of health right now in the early days, so gonna keep that one in my pocket for a little bit later on in case things really do go badly for me. Anything sneaky out here? Not really seeing much. Ah, there's one. There's one. Good. Okay, grab you. Some more feathers. Thank you. Always break down the bird's nest as well to get either cloth or extra feathers out of it. Thank you. Arrows. I'm missing stones. I need more stones. That's an iron node. Damn it, where's all the big boulders gone? I've got 19 arrows now. That's gonna have to do for the moment. It's time for me to start raiding. It's already 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so gotta get in here and make good of it as quickly as I can before nighttime sets in. So yeah, bows and arrows do, like, was it 4 times or 3 times stealth damage? Whereas the spear is only gonna do 2 times stealth damage. So early doors, the bow and arrow is definitely a better way to go than your spears. But, you know, if shit hits the fan, you can always pull back out and stab some eye sockets. That's not really too much trouble. Construction site box, what have you got for me? A level 2 stone axe, don't mind if I do. I will take that. That is actually gonna be... That's going to be one of our main problems. Making slightly better tools, because we can't go into minus 69er, is going to be harder. So we're going to rely on looting things. That's why we have Lucky Looter. So there's still a chance we'll find some good stuff, but relying on our own 2 hands to make things, not really a good option. Shamway food box, you're always a disappointment. You will be this time as well. I'm starting to get a bit hungry. I have some chicken breast and 1 can of food, but not really much. Yucca juice and a frothy. Alrighty, daddy, that's not too bad at all. Oh, please don't be a dog. Spears, anything early game actually is not good for taking down doggerinis. If there's a pup, I'm in trouble. Oh, we might have got away with it. We might have got away with it. There was a kennel, but no pup, so I think we're okay. Always make sure we break down the rubble on the ground so don't wake up anyone else inside here. He's hanging out behind the treadmill. I'm not sure if the treadmill has good hitboxes or not. A lot of things in this game, a lot of blocks in this game will catch arrows or spears that would normally pass straight through the open cavity, but I don't trust the treadmill. Let's try with this. Worked out pretty bloody well, but yeah, sneak damage only 1.5 times, so you don't get as much sneak damage out of spears as you would otherwise. Eventually, when you're higher level, you get better damage anyway. Oh, painkillers, that's pretty good. And also you get higher chances of decapitation, so it's actually worthwhile, but other than that, oh, antibiotics. Right off the bat, that's a really bloody good time. So if I do get nibbled on, I do have a chance to stem the infection. That's a bloody good time. And some mineral water. We're finding some good stuff right out of here. This is good. More antibiotics as well in the lab equipment box. First time a lab equipment box has ever given me anything worthwhile out of it. Again, this is all just on regular vanilla settings, just on regular loot levels. I'll like overlay like the settings, I suppose, here if I remember to do it. Anything, Josh, please do that. Cheers, mate. So yeah, it's not like over the top or anything, just the XP is ramped up a little bit. I need some more stones, which I need to get out of you. Guess I'll just go find some somewhere then. Alright, cool bananas. But yeah, it's good finding antibiotics that early. Like getting an infection early doors is a death sentence, so you want to avoid that if at all possible. But having some way to cure it, a really bloody good time. Just trying to move, oh fuck, as silently as I can. I don't know why I switched to a different spear. That's bad, that's bad. This might be a time to yeet it, Josh. There you go, straight into his noggin. He broke my arm and he gave me an infection. Just like what I was talking about, where you don't want to get infected. I'm now infected. God, I hate dogs. I hate them so bloody much. I'm now stabbing so much slower, and more importantly as well, as I close that door and snap Arlene in half. So now I have a broken arm. I can't use power attacks anymore. So I can't throw my spear, even if I wanted to. It's just going to cause me more damage. But it's still way too early in my infection to use my antibiotics. I know, by the way, for a lot of you watch this who know 7 days, I'm explaining a lot more of like the assumed knowledge that I normally do kind of thing. I'm describing more of the thought process that goes in. I'm assuming that some people watching this have, you know, we're starting out fresh. You're a new player and you want to know how to play. So I'm trying to, you know, think out loud more than usual to explain what I'm going on about. So I can't do anything about my sprained arm. I just can't. Broken arm, I could put a splint or a cast on. Sprained arm, just gotta wait for it to sort itself out. So while I'm waiting for that, in fact, I might even harvest you for some extra bony goodness. While I'm waiting for that, I'm going to run back outside and try and find a tree stump. I don't want to waste my antibiotic pills on a low-level infection, because if I break down a tree stump and find some honey, that'll cure 5%. The pills cure 25%, so it'll be a waste to use it that early. That's more of a dire situation later on down the track if things go really badly. So, you're like that. So while I'm waiting for my spear, well, not my spear, my spear-throwing arm to get better, I'm going to go find some honey. I'm going to go lick a beehive or two and try and cure all the things going on inside me. I just gotta find a stump first. I probably should have, in hindsight, because hindsight is always 2020, I probably should have been breaking down stumps when I first spawned in. I think there was some around where I spawned all the way down there. It's a bit of a hike to get back there. It's also getting a little bit late. I'm very nervous about being out here, out and about at night time, early doors in 7 days. Bad bloody idea. You do not want to be stuck outside fighting zombies when the sun goes down. That's a surefire way to turn into a zombie yourself. Oh damn, I thought you were a stump. You're just a block of lead. There's got to be something somewhere. I'm not having much luck on the whole finding beehives front. They're apparently, oh, they got extinct. Everyone warned about the bees going extinct. Apparently it's happened and now I'm cooked. Yes. Here's one. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Give me some love. Give me some oozy, gooey, golden goodness. Just like let it seep down me chin and get all caught up in my pathetic excuse of a beard. Give it to me. Damn it. Alright, that's alright. Don't give up hope just yet, Josh. One stump down. No hunting inside. There's still some zombies about, though. Just need to find some more. There will be more. Don't give up just yet. Oh, I could rate this place, too, actually. These, like, what are they called? They're called remnants. So it's not like a full proper POI, just like a smaller one for if you're really desperate for someone to bunker down at night time, you can quickly raid something like that. I've already got through the first level of the other POI I was in. Wow, there's just none around. How is this so... How are there no tree stumps? They're normally everywhere. Now there's apparently all sod off. Here's another one. Hopefully this one's working a little bit better for me. I did realize as well that I did get a skill point not too long ago and I haven't spent yet. Just going to spin around this tree stump while I'm hitting it to make sure that no one sneaks up on me. Miss a couple of shots, but that's okay. There we go. Got the honey. That's what I needed. Use you. So that will cure, as you saw in the stats there, that'll cure up to 5% infections. Now I'll put that inside me, that infection will go away, and I will be A-okay. I think they did actually put into the game like a chance for the infection not to fully cure itself. Like it might stop halfway down the track, but I think it's still pretty okay for the moment. An infection that low isn't too much of an issue. Where was I? I was all the way back up here. It's so far away. Oh, it was such a long journey just to find a bee. We finally made it back to the house we were raiding, so now I can try and focus on that for a little bit. It's getting real late. It's 5:30 and I don't have a whole lot of room to maneuver time-wise for the rest of the day, so I'm a little bit in trouble, but I'm not gonna give up hope just yet. Even if we bunker down in the bathroom or somewhere just along the way, as long as we just sit there and cower and suck our thumb and hope for the best, we won't wake up any of the other people, any of the zombies inside the house. Got a gun safe there. I'll remember that for later. Got some extra water. We're looking pretty okay on the waterfront. We've got enough raw meat to make 2 steaks out of it, so that's good. I don't need you right now, and I don't need you right now. can kind of just drop stuff off on the way because it's not super important to have everything going immediately. A lot of people will tell you as well that you do have to save everything. Keep everything you ever find. Hoard every resource you ever come across. I don't really agree with that. I don't really think it's that important to have everything you ever find on, you know, quick handles for you. If you know where to find it later on, you can go back and get it. You don't need to carry everything with you at every given moment. What I will do, actually, I'll keep my painkillers on me for the moment, and I'll keep one of my mineral waters, because that gives me digestive efficiency. Oops. That gives me, there you go, digestive efficiency, which means I'll go hungry slower. It also means that when I eat these to try and get my health back, it'll replenish my water pretty well. So that seems like a good idea. I'll keep my splint just in case. You guys can all go away. Don't need you right now. Good. Okay, so everything is stacked into the cooler downstairs. It's now 6 o'clock, so let's continue on raiding this joint. We'll get rid of you so we don't wake anyone up before we're ready for them. Who's here? I reckon that is a landmine. Cooking pot sitting out like that just screams landmine to me. It screams if you come over here, you'll lose your leg. And I don't particularly feel like dying right now. That's a pretty bad idea. Right. That is a monster closet though. That's where zombies like to hide out and wait for you to trip over something and they'll come bursting through the walls. But spears open monster closets and you get the spear back. It's a free way to open a closet from distance and get an easy shot on a sleeping zombie. Then you can take care of them nice and easily. You don't have to like stand and fight, potentially get bitten. If you kill them first, then you're going to be laughing all the way to the zombie murder bank. I mean, you got to get used to kind of the drop on the bow and arrow sometimes, but once you got the hang of it, you can ridicule and ragdoll a zombie or two without really blinking. Yeah, it's definitely a landmine. If you can't pick it up, it's 100% a landmine. So I'm going to leave you there, actually. I'm going to leave you there in case I need to murder a zombie with it later on. Having something that's like insta-kill a zombie down the track and hopefully I'll trip over it myself seems like a reasonably good idea. Probably a terrible idea. Probably don't do this. Once again, it's one of like the do as I say, not as I do. Yes, a cooking pot. That's a good time. That's just opened up all of my cooking possibilities. Yes, please. Hopefully a grill. Oh, not even a grill. Oh, that is fan-flippin-tastic. The grilled meat recipe. So often in this game, I go looking for that. I never bloody find it. Finding it day one, oh, it tickles me bits. It jingles all me giblets in all the right bloody ways. Yes, bloody please. I will read you because despite having the meat, and if I do find a grill, I can't make grilled meats until I find the recipe for it. Or I buy a point in MasterChef. Given I don't have access to MasterChef, I still have that point actually. I should spend that. I'll spend it on spears, and I'll make some new spears, that's fine. But I can't unlock grilled meat, the easiest, like, decent food, unless I find that recipe. I found it in the first freaking kitchen. Ah, it's just a good time. Gonna make my new tier 3 spears. I'll just make 2 this time, because I don't think making 3 of them was super necessary. I didn't use all 3 of them, so I'll make you like that. You guys can all go back away. In fact, now that my arm has healed, I'll eat the painkillers. I will drink the mineral water, because... Actually, wait, that takes time to take away from my water. I'll hold off on that for the moment. You guys can go in there like that. Don't need all of you right now. Rest of that's fine. Saw my inventory. Good, okay. It's 7 o'clock. We're running out of time, but that's right. Don't panic just yet, Josh. You'll be okay. Also... Learn from my previous mistakes. Do not throw spears at landmines to detonate them. You can shoot landmines and they will detonate. Ooh, a book. Tech Junkie. Not really doing anything with that right now, but I will always read any book I find because it's just like a built-in habit at this point. But yeah, if you throw a spear at a landmine, the landmine will destroy your spear. So don't do that or else you'll be really upset with yourself down the road. Trust me, I've done it. It sucked. We look all good here. All right, let's get up to the next level. Got a little bit of time. I should be okay to, there's a zombie in there. I should be okay to get to the top level and bunker down in there. I still got time to do it. Just gonna make sure, damn it. Just gonna make sure I'm being as good as I can about this. Use the range, Josh, use the range. Practice what you preach. Fighting on stairs is a bit ambitious. Stab you in the dick. That's all right though. Just like make sure you get the one who's closest to you and who looks the angriest. And you'll be alright. Sorry, Chelsea, not today. Go gobble on a footy player instead. Oh, that's a good time. Spear Hunter. Maintenance, take care of your spear and it will take care of you. Spears degrade 20% slower. That's a good book to find on this playthrough. I'll grab you. Machine gunner, less important, but grab you anyway, just because we can. I could keep the books and go and sell them, I suppose, but not really worried about that just yet. I'd always rather read the books and get the perks at the end of it for reading the entire series than anything else. No vultures out here, we're doing okay. Got 2 hours left of the day. Up, in, no one waiting for me. Nothing behind there. I do try, oh, another spear hunter book. Hits with spears scored in quick succession do 10% more damage per hit up to 30%. Yes, give me that. Urban combat, 5% less damage and 10%, wait, take 5% less and deal 10% more damage when indoors. Yes, please. This is what I mean. Books are super valuable. Finding books is a good thing. Pistol Pete, not using pistols, but taking it. I probably will at some point. I mean, any sort of gun is going to be worthwhile, even if I'm not spec'd into it. So having perks for any gun at all, definitely a good time. Can I go real quick? Oh, I can't quite see. I wanted to use a landmine. No trick shots this time, Josh. Just ruin their faces. I've now finished healing. My water's a bit low. Drink the mineral water, get some efficiency going, and get my water back. Those are all landmines. Do not touch them. That will be the last thing you ever do. And then we find a purple jacket as well. It's just all gone my way today. What a day to be me. With just enough time remaining, we're heading up into the final part of the house. We've got an hour and a bit. They're all trapped behind a door. All right, that's good. What are we going to do? We're going to go and try and do this properly. Let's get through here, break down you, open the door, and just see if we can get in before they wake up. Nope, turns out we didn't. That's okay, though. Oh, there's a couple of. There's a couple of it. My spear shall prevail. Oh, jeez. All right, Neymar, calm down. I know I stabbed you in the face, but you went flopping around like a soggy noodle. Ow, probably not your best effort. There you go, don't panic. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. Just don't bloody panic, Josh. Told you that book, that magazine about spears doing extra damage for successive hits. Told you to come in handy. I was doing an extra 30% damage by the end of that, and that's a really bloody good time. Who's left up here? Want to make sure this area is clear. I was going to say, I feel like there's going to be more around here. Oh, God. Before I get too complacent. Not someone fast. Not someone fast. Ow, please stop. Oh, God, I hate him. I hate him. Early days when you can't really do much, anything moving faster than a slow, stumbling zombie is a bad bloody time. There was Narlene up here, so of course she's shacked up with a footy player. It's to be expected at this point. But now, more importantly, I have this whole top floor all to myself. This POI is now done. So, I'm going to real quick, what am I going to do? I'm going to open one of you guys, just store everything I have just in the box, go downstairs, grab the rest of my gubs, because just because it's nighttime doesn't mean you stop playing. You can craft stuff, you can work on stuff, you can do whatever you want to do. You can eat some sham if you want to as well, apparently. In fact, let's put all of you into there. Use your buttons. I don't think this is part of vanilla. This is a mod that locks the inventory slots so that you don't accidentally put stuff away. You see, I can put everything away using that button, but it kept 5 in there. I think that's the one mod I still have active. I thought I got rid of it, but it's still there. That's fine. Not really a gameplay changing mod, just an inventory changing mod. So we'll go and get the rest of my stuff, and then we'll live in the attic and just be happy the fact we're still bloody alive. It's now just about to be night time, and I'm shacked up all nice and pretty up the top up here. There is still some loot to be gotten here, though. Did I just get a skill point? I thought I did. I did. So, really good. I can get another level of Lucky Looter before I raid. Now, again, this is double XP to move through the levels fast, to give you a better idea of what you should be focusing on as the week progresses. But, so, level 2 Lucky Looter, definitely the next one on that list, and I will use that to raid all of this stuff. So, reinforced chest, what have you got? A ratchet schematic. Okay, we've got some armor and some ammo, and a shotgun mod. Not fantastic, but that's okay. Some more ammo there. I was really hoping for a gun. Nope, no gun. Retractable stock mod and some pipe bombs. Not super handy, but that's okay. What else is around? It'd be a pretty bloody good day. Particularly rare to find a gun on the first day. I think, like, when I first played Alpha 19, like Extinction, that series, I found a Dubsy, a double barrel shotgun on day 1, and I gloated about that for the next like 3 months. So, it doesn't happen all the time. When it does, it's a red letter day. I'll take all of you, thank you. I'll actually scrap those, because all of the stone axes are always the same stats anyway. But now, we're looking pretty good. I'll get rid of all the gubbers on the floor because it's shards of glass. We're walking over that anyway. But more importantly, what I don't want to be doing is making any noise so that Muppets like that figure out where I am. If he finds where I am at nighttime, he's going to beat down everything in his path to try and get to me. I don't want that, so I'm just going to sit up here and cower like the brave boy that I'm not and just upgrade some of the blocks. Just make them nice and strong just for aesthetics reasons. I have my lantern as part of the POI. Yeah, this is good. This is good. This is a good little spot to be holed up in for the night. So night times are a bit of, especially in your first week, when you get later on down the game, you know, you get stronger and more powerful, so you can go raiding and doing whatever you want at night. Night becomes less threatening the stronger you become. But for the first week, especially the first night, there's not a lot to do. You're basically just got to try and keep yourself safe until daylight comes around the next time, so you can go out and about and get rowdy a little bit later on. You guys can all go into there. I don't need you right now. What I do want to do though, I don't have a grill. So even though I read the recipe for grilled steak, I can't make grilled steak. I don't have a grill to slap it onto. So I might even just leave that for the moment. I do have, however, what do I need to make myself a torch? I know I threw away a torch. You can keep that first torch that you spawn with, but I usually throw it away to save inventory space. Animal fat, cloth fragment, and wood. I should have most of that. You, animal fat. Do I have cloth? I thought I saw some cloth, or did I use it all for various things? I probably used it all. I don't know. I'm usually really bad at seeing things in my chest as it is, and I'm probably overlooking it, but no, pretty sure it's not there. I will, though, grab you, and you, because that can take that mod. Any mod's a good mod. In you go. Bang that on and bang that on. I mean, I'm not the dapperest of Muppets cruising about, but, you know, as long as it gets the job done. Wow, there are some issues going on there. In fact, I think it's because of the dye. I'll take the dye out of you. Nope, not the dye, it's just having a time. All right, fair enough then. I'll keep my purple jacket then with its JAWOODLE purple dye. Back in you go. Nice, Gary. I want to look for... I know I was talking about how you felt like just like stay calm and stay hidden. If I stay quiet and stay on the top level up here, then I should be pretty safe. Also, if you don't know... Oh, so much for staying quiet. If you don't know, you don't actually have to beat down those like thin coverings that are covering up the loot. You can just find the intersection of the 4 blocks, put your crosshair right on the pixel that covers it, and you'll be able to reach through and grab whatever's inside without having to get things out of the way. There's no cloth up here. All right, I was hoping for like a curtain or a blind or something. There's nothing here, so I'll have to wait for tomorrow. But that's okay. We can just twiddle our thumbs in the dark. That's all right. Nothing's coming for us. We're fine here. We are pretty hungry. The can of chili is worth 15 food, so it'll get me to what? 75. And might grab one of these as well. That's going to give me 5. I mean, there's not a lot of great food options, but that's all right. It'll tide me over for just the moment. Put all of that inside you like that. I'll stop you for that one, actually. Those guys go away. All of you guys can go inside. Miso soup, another 5. That's right. Don't really need that right now. Just gonna make sure that I keep myself well fed. If you start starving to death or getting dehydrated, your stamina depletes so bloody quickly that if you're relying on melee combat like I am with my spears, I'm just gonna die. If you get hungry, get thirsty, you're just gonna bloody die. So that's kind of priority number 1. Got my tools, got my main weapons, and my archery stuff. We're looking okay. So the next thing that I'll be working towards is finding a rifle. So there's 3 tiers of rifles. There's the hunting rifle, a single shot bolt action. The marksman rifle, which is kind of like, it used to be the good one. Now it's like a mid-range. It's semi-automatic with like a 5-round magazine, I think it is. And then you have the sniper rifle, which is like a big boy high caliber, still using 7.62, but a high caliber rifle that is just better in every way. So you do have some room to go into with the rifles. I'm not going to spend a point on that until I have a rifle though. I'd rather spend it somewhere else, like continuing to get better lucky looter or upgrading my javelin stuff. And then I can start thinking about lockpicking or animal track or infiltrator. That all comes later, but like the penetrator and deadeye kind of go hand in hand. So I'll try and save my points for that for later on down the track. So anyway guys, with that is the end of the first day of Perception. We got through our first day and only got a little bit nibbled on, which I think is a pretty big success given spears aren't my first choice for like day 1 melee kind of stuff. It's just not really what I'm really looking to use at any given moment, but that's what perception is. That's what we're doing. And I think today went pretty well. Now, if you're on your first day of 7 days, you get to nighttime, there is nothing to do really other than just sit up where it's safe and try and stay out of the way. Standing in the light does make you more visible to zombies on the street, weirdly, despite them not actually being able to see you. You can see in the bottom left, you have your stealth meter. Standing in the shadows makes you less obvious, so that does actually make a distance, but I usually go and stand in the light because I just don't want to go and stand by myself in the dark corners in the apocalypse. That's fine. That's okay. It all works out in the end. So I'm going to have to come back and continue this series. I hope this first day was helpful and educational and informative for you guys about how to work with the tools you have in that skill tree. I'm really excited to go through each individual one and, like, you know, go through to day 7, fight the Blood Moon Horde, and come up with a base, like a horde base, that works specifically well for this kind of class as well. I'm really excited to get through it, but I'll have to come back and continue my adventure into the perception tree in the next episode, because this episode is done. So thank you guys for watching. Most of all, thank you to the patrons on Patreon who made this episode possible. If y'all liked it, make sure you hit the like button down below and subscribe to this channel. Follow me on Twitter. If I don't talk to you there first, I'll see you in the next episode. Have a good one.